we made it. We have reached the end of the road. The Flash is a brand new 2023 superhero film directed by Andy Muschietti, starring Ezra Miller, Michael Keaton, and Sasha Calle. And if you've been following me for any amount of time, you know I have done this review series. I have reviewed every DCEU movie for the past couple weeks leading up to this film's release. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and start off this review. Starting off with the good, and there's actually a lot that I really liked about this movie. I'm just gonna go ahead and address the elephant in the room and say I actually really enjoyed Ezra Miller in this movie as Barry Allen. And I've never really loved their performance as Barry Allen. I always thought it was a little too jokey, felt more like Wally West. But this is easily their best performance as Barry Allen. They give a really good emotional performance. And it's really interesting to see them play two separate versions of Barry. And their two contrasting personalities. Just really, really great stuff from Ezra. As terrible of a person they more than likely are, I just gotta give credit where credit's due. They do a good job in this movie. And you also have Michael Keaton back as Batman. And for years, Michael Keaton has been my favorite Batman of all time, along with Robert Pattinson, who just started, but that's aside from my point. I really love Michael Keaton in this movie. It was just enough of his Batman without feeling like, okay, this is just Batman 3. Yeah, because this is very much a Flash movie. Batman and Supergirl are just in it. And I really love Michael Keaton's arc as Batman in this movie. And with this more likely being the last time that we see Michael Keaton as Batman, I think that this was a very good enough send-off for this version of Batman. And finally, you have Sasha Calle as Supergirl, and I really loved her as Supergirl. I thought she did a really great job. She's not really introduced until around the start of the third act, but she still does a great job as Supergirl. I really hope that this is the version of Supergirl that James Gunn decides to go with his Supergirl film that he's developing. I don't know if he's going to use a different actress or he's going to use her again. I really hope he uses her again because this was a really good introduction to this version of Supergirl, and I'd really love to see more from this version of Supergirl. And then, you got a couple things. First, it was really great to see Ben Affleck back as Batman one last time, and this is the very last time he's playing Batman. Really great to see him one more time. And also Michael Shannon as General Zod. Really great to see him one more time as well. I never thought that we'd see him again, so it was just nice to see him back in the role, even just for a small role. He's not really in it a whole bunch, but he still has a substantial amount of screen time to keep me satisfied at least. And aside from the characters, the story here is actually really good. It's a semi-adaptation of the Flashpoint comic. They change a lot from it, mind you, but I still think that it's a very good enough inspiration of Flashpoint to pass off as a semi-adaptation. It's a better Flashpoint adaptation than the first episode of season 3 of The Flash, that's for damn sure. I really miss Reverse Flash in this movie, though. Maybe in another movie, I don't know. But the story here is really good, really emotional plot points with Barry trying to save his mother and coming to terms with the fact that maybe he can't do it without fucking something up. Really great character arc for Barry in that respect as well. The action scenes are pretty good, especially the opening scene. A lot of people have said this already, but the opening scene in this movie feels a lot like a classic Justice League episode from the animated series. It just feels like classic Justice League. And it's such a shame that this resets the timeline, because the opening of this movie shows us that the clunky and awkward world building that they were going for as early as 2016, it was finally starting to pay off. But alas, it reset the timeline, so we're going to have to go back to square one. But either way, I just really love the action scenes. And there's some really fun cameos in this movie by different actors. Really great to see all those cameos. They were fun to see. And the score, obviously, is amazing. Really great hearing the classic Batman theme from the Burton films every time Batman did anything, especially on a big screen. Just really, really great, goosebumps inducing, honestly. But that's about all for the good, onto the bad, and there's a couple things I didn't like here. First of all, I really liked Ezra as the older Barry, but I did not like young Barry in this movie whatsoever. He was very annoying. Every time he laughed, I wanted to cut my ears off. I just did not like young Barry in this movie. I just didn't. And also, yes, there's some CGI, especially in the third act, that is bad. And I don't mean just, oh, it's unfinished. No, it's like Scorpion King from The Mummy Returns bad. That's how bad some of the CGI in this movie is, near the end of the movie especially. But yeah, that's about all for the bad. On to the final thoughts. I really did enjoy The Flash, much more than I thought I was going to. I will definitely be buying it on Blu-ray. I had a lot of fun with it. The Flash is a serviceable yet flawed film. It was a good enough conclusion to what the DCEU is now, and I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. So that was my thoughts on The Flash. Have you seen this movie yet? Let me know down in the comments what you thought about it. As always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.